interview with Lacuna Learning. I'm Eileen Zhao, and this is Joy. Do you do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm a high school student and I'm in 11th grade. Um, and I may have a lot of study pressure, but apart from that, I may do some things to help me relax. For example, I may just read those kind of fictions. Speaking of fictions, I would probably I like fictions, but I really sort of dislike those nonfiction books. So um, because I think they're not that attractive to me. They don't have any plots. They don't have any characters. And apart from reading, I may sort of draw my paper to help me uh, like it's a way of relaxing when I'm pretty stressed out. And I also like a lot of sports, so um, I think that's all about my high school life.
Okay, cool. So I guess what inspired you to start writing, or how did you start writing?
I started writing because my elementary school teacher asked us to record the changes of the moon when and at that time I was pretty young, so um, I just watched the moon, and for a long time the moon wouldn't I couldn't see the moon in the sky because it wasn't that easy for it to appear, and so I just tried to add my emotional thoughts and feelings to the moons to make my diary seem less boring. So, for example, if one night I didn't see the moon come out, then I would perhaps say "Oh, today the moon didn't come out. Perhaps it was because she was having a long, boring math lesson." Because at that time, math was I was very little and I liked interesting stuff, but at that time, math was all about calculating. So I didn't enjoy it very much. And describing the moon like this helps me to complain about the mess in my life and in my studies. So I began to dig deep into writing. Yeah, because of this experience.
Okay, yeah, that's really cool. Um, so what formats or what kinds of writing do you like to do?
I may just write a diary, because of the experience above. I think writing a diary helps me record my everyday life, and it is a very important source of my memory and my experience of growing up. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so what's one of your favorite things to write about, or just something that you like to write about?
In my diary, I actually write all sorts of things. Sometimes I do write about my personal exciting experiences. I may write about my sometimes negative feelings when I'm feeling like anxious or frustrated. But a lot of times I may record some interactions between me and my friends, because they are a lot, they are very important in my life. They are an important source of laughter and fun during my boring study life. And also I may record some, gossip among my classmates. I think it's a really nice way to remember all my life at school, my middle school life, my high school life. Um, and also, I think that after me and my classmates are apart from each other, we may enter different universities. Um, this diary will be whenever I pick up this diary, I may feel like we are seeing each other again. So I think this is an important reason why I write all the stuff between me and my friends.
Oh, that's really sweet. Okay. Is there anything that you're working on right now that you'd like to talk about? Or
Of course, I'm just writing on my diary, but apart from that, I am trying to finish my essay, which is an assignment for my school, and I'm that kind of person who likes to, like, I won't, because I'm not that interested in writing essays, they're just work for me, so I'm just trying to finish it before deadline comes.
okay, nice. So I guess like when you're writing, like what's something that you like do to like help you focus on it?
I think one of the best things of keeping a diary is that you don't need to do much to focus on it. Like, you don't need to deliberately make yourself more attentive to your writing because, you are writing a story about yourself and you are perhaps the only reader. So and like, you have experienced all these things by yourself. So I think, like, I may just write those diaries perhaps when I'm in a subway or when I am having a break during my class, and I feel like I dig deep into my own world. So it doesn't require a lot of effort for me to get into the zone. Perhaps it's because I feel like it's kind of a relaxing thing.
Nice. Yeah, do you have any like book recommendations that you would give people or
I think perhaps two books. One is like, they're all pretty famous and popular. The first one is The Diary of a Young Girl. I think most of the people have heard of this. Like, it's a diary. Um, it's a very wonderful and amazing diary. It is recorded by a girl. Like, she and her family are Jews, and it was during World War II, so they were experiencing some very horrible attacks from the Nazis, and so the girl just recorded her life. Um, like, actually, she recorded her life with laughter and some funny moments instead of just being attacked by those armies. And the book is very moving, so I just recommend it for all of you to read it. And the second book is um, the one I have finished recently, which is, like, I finished reading it. It's a book about rabbits. Actually, like, it's called Watership Down. Like, it may seem a little childish, but I recommend this first because it is, like, its words are very, like, the author depicts those um, rabbits. He depicts those rabbits' thoughts, behaviors in a very vivid way. So this is one point, and the other point is that the book is not only about the adventures of those uh, rabbits. It is, like, it kind of reflects the social background of um, like, the author's in. For example, in the book, there's a very brutal chief rabbit who controls the whole kingdom, and he represents he and his ways of governing just represents the government at that time. So um, it is really worth reading.
cool. Yeah, do you have any advice about writing that you want to share?
Actually, I think there's no advice on writing because perhaps my only advice is that you should write when you feel like it. Like, you don't have to force yourself to writing. Uh, but, like, if you're trying to complete your school, what I mean is that, like, when you should learn to write for yourself, like, because I think it's writing is an important private space, perhaps, because you can show all your thoughts and feelings by doing so. So this is the only recommendation.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much for speaking with us. It's been a pleasure. Cool. Yep.